Oh yeah, this is it. 7 minutes. Fuck.
Right, we are live on the stream.
Hey, internet.
Well,
How's everybody doing?
there's literally nobody there. We
I
just
don't care.
connected.
Oh, all right.
I was just letting you know that in case you said anything. I was like,
Ian Hollow.
might as well connect now while Houston is getting
Yeah,
whatever it is he's getting.
and then we can jump straight in.
And then that way people can.
Ian Holloway went on an epic rant. He's the manager of League Two Swindon Town. They fielded an ineligible player that they didn't know, and he went on this epic 7 minute rant in his post match press conference.
These are going to have ice on the bottom of them.
All right, we are live right now.
We are live. Excellent. This one I got to you want to shotgun it because it's got a little hole in it. It's a little leak.
God, we're not recording, right? Nobody's actually watching us live. Cool. Where is it?
Well, we need
Oh, I have to come out there.
If anyone's watching this, Mel's getting white girl wasted. She's shotgunning an ice house on the deck real quick. If anybody's here with us yet. If anyone so we'll be starting shortly. If anyone's here listening. Just Mel's chugging a beer on the back deck. I heard a clip from it if anyone's here. But you should definitely search out Ian Holloway's interview over the weekend in his post-match for Swindon Town. He's the manager of Swindon Town Football Club, and he went on an epic 7 minute rant that you absolutely should check out. He went in very hard on the EFL as a governing body, and the FA, which is very funny. He got all sorts of worked up. It's a really good interview. Should definitely check that out. Which is lovely. It should be back any minute if anybody's here. They went to grab beers and one had a pinhole, so Sam asked Mel to chug it on the back deck.
All right.
Oh, here they come. They're coming back if anyone's here yet.
That one?
I have
Just so you know what's happening.
You know, they're just going to warm up in here. Oh.
Forgive us, Mr. Graham. We had a beer emergency.
Yeah, I heard. Mel told me, and so I've got. I don't know if anybody's watching yet, but I provided a couple of updates as to what was happening.
Yeah, Mel.
Yeah, we got two people on Tubies.
Mel, we ran out to the kitchen, and Mel promptly shotgunned a silver bullet. That was so cold.
You know what's terrible?
It's so good.
The beer fridge is warmer than the beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I'm so cold. It's so good. I hate your lips. It's so good.
So cold.
Oh, poor thing.
Doctor us.
Yeah. And so,
I'm glad Julia decided to resign before the polar vortex hit, because this might have made her go home.
Yeah, no shit. She'd been like, I'm going home.
I'm fuck out of here. This shit is for the birds. Famously, though, it's not for the birds. They all fly south to get away from this shit.
Right. There we go.
A little avian humor for you there.
Mr. Graham, did you know wolves have no natural predators?
Well, that's a fact of life, Sam. Yeah. Just call me David Attenborough, all right? Because I know what the fuck's up.
One quick programming note for all of us while we're here is next week is double duty.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
wait.
Yeah.
Do you remember the dates I told you I can't do it?
I do not.
All right, I'll get them again from
It's in
Carly.
February though, right?
I think there's one in late Feb, one in late March.
Okay,
She's got
cool.
her national sales meetings.
Yeah, just make
And
sure.
she'll be away.
Don't do it now. Do it tomorrow. Like text me and I'll make sure I get
Yeah, I will.
Danny or Alan on board. Danny, I don't know because they lost one of their hosts, so Danny now is like second chair essentially for a whole lot of
Right.
wolves.
Yeah.
All right, we ready to do this, kids?
Next week is double duty.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I'm booked the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th with speaking stuff.
Okay, well, we'll make it work. I mean, if I need to, we'll just do. I'll run the board and we'll get it done.
Cool.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do Monday over Zoom, and the Thursday when you're not able to be here, Sam and I'll do in studio.
I mean,
And there
I
just
can
won't
be
be a live
here. I
stream.
just won't be here till like 10 o'clock.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
That's
Yeah.
Thursday. What next week?
I believe. Let me.
Is that the?
I don't. Let me.
We'll
double
talk about it
check
later.
At all because this is.
You're
I'd
the one that
rather-
brought it up.
I'm fully aware of that.
Why are we recording this? Sam plans a pre-show meeting and then bails on the pre-show meeting.
Sam, allow it to be said. I had motivation to dig myself out of the fucking driveway.
Houston, there's a couple managers.
for a
What
week.
that motivation is.
I'm
Houston,
not out of
there's a
voice.
couple managers positions open at Breakthrough. The way you were really good at talking out of both sides of your mouth there for a second.
All right. Let's do it.
Something's got to make them look good. Cheers from here, and you're
Just
listening to the
restart that?
Drunken United
Let's
Football
restart
Show.
All right.
There we go. It wasn't fully plugged in. That's
I'm
why.
like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's all the way up.
Yep.
Hold on. Stop recording.
Well, that loses all of its luster.
Oh, HR's in the chat saying
Hey, what up,
he's
HR?
watching a board meeting being bored.
Yeah, well said, sir.
Great great to chime in. HR, I'd like to talk about some on-the-job harassment and bullying.
Well, wait till you see his team name.
Uh-oh.
I haven't opened up the messages yet. I'll be doing that during the main show.
Hey folks, I'm Jane Ferrari. I'm in the Barossa Valley, South Australia. I am a massive fan of Brentford Bees, West London Superstars. I'm on the Drunken United Football Show with the two Sams because, let's face it, something's got to make them look good. Cheers from here, and you're listening to the Drunken United Football Show.
I figured Mel needed a little reminder from the old bees there what happened this weekend because somebody got stung.
Absolutely. Big time. It stung my
Start the
bet, too.
show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking never end. What's with the eye? And drink your rye. Sam Houston. Sam Houston. Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Son of a lord. Straight in shorts. Sam Brady. Sam Graham.
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, glad he got the contract signed before the weather came, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing, good sir?
Damn straight. Doing very well, thank you.
And of course, on the ones and twos doing sweet ass fades, we got producer
While
Mel,
opening a can of beer.
the multitasker.
Multitasking.
Oh, you know what, Graham? I deem it. She's no longer allowed to say I've got a lot going on over here because apparently she can do a lot.
Multitasker.
Producer Mel, how are you, producer Mel?
I'm cold. I don't like winter.
That was easy.
I would like to go back to Honduras now, please.
I would imagine so.
It's a lot easier to multitask when each task is a peak on the can there.
Yes, those cold
Look.
blue can.
The bluest blue you've ever blued a blue.
Yeah, the beers are nice and cold. That is the one that
That's
is
the
the one
only
positive
reason.
of the polar vortex has been the beers have been cold.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
When he's like, do you want anything? I'm like, I honestly, I've never craved Coors Light more.
And I got her the pint cans, so I got her the big girl cans too.
Nice.
Oh, I'm 50.
It's Monday. You ain't got shit to do. Nope. I can get you high.
Oh, I got that too.
We're recording at the Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Excuse me, absolutely. It's at D Football Show on all the social medias that we're on, and dfootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, it's reach out to us, people. Also, thank you to everyone who took the time to kind of favorite and share our videos on
Yeah, let's see
the
where
old
we stand here.
TikTokies. The numbers are better. They're still not great. They're not like we were at a point where we're doing somewhere between like 750 and 1,000 views. Now, in all honesty, those don't get a very long play time, but there's at least means it's getting in front of eyeballs. And then we fell off to like zeros. And at least now I think we're at like 80 or 90 on those couple of videos
I mean,
that we
it
had a
was
problem with.
zeros after you watched me watch the whole video,
Right. And it still said zero.
favorite it, and repost it.
And it still said zero. Like,
Yeah, my Arsenal leads is at 441.
there we go. Getting better. Not where we were, but still better than when it was just zeros.
And if someone wanted to
And-
follow you on TikTok, how would they?
It's DU Football Show.
And yours looks like it's a lot. Not as much. 569.
Okay. Good. So at least we're starting to get those back up. So that I'm happy with that. And thank you again to everyone who helped with that. Just keep an eye out on it. If you're on the TikToks doom scrolling, just give a quick look to our page, give a couple of hearts. It really does mean a lot.
HR says if everyone could watch 6 or 7 views, that would help.
Yeah, that also helps quite a bit.
Everyone
Thank you.
could watch 45 to 50 of them. It'd be great.
Always with the timely quip, Mr. HR there, our good friend Russ. Well done, sir. Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, Whiskey Advocate's top 20 list continues. What are we on to today?
So I also have a very quick update on number
Yes.
16, the Stranahan's Blue Peak thing, or the Mountain Angel, rather. So I don't know that it's going to be batch 1, of course, but
Right, of course.
with the transition of Proximo announcing that they're going to Breakthrough Beverage, they did not send any of this allocated whiskey into the market yet.
Right.
So Maryland's allocation has not been received, but will be at some point in the near future and with my company.
Excellent. Well, we have that. And then
So-
also like the Ichiro, we're still waiting on arrival as well. So
Yeah. So I'll have a chance potentially to find that, which we haven't been able to find at all.
Mhm.
And hopefully, and I'm sure at least one of my stores will get a bottle or two of it. So I'm sure I'll be able to procure one in the near future, but we will have to come back to it. So instead, we're jumping to number 15, As we said, there were a couple of holes that were going to be difficult to find, and that was one of them. So number 15 is what we're doing today, and this is the Yellowstone 10-year-old limited edition 2025 release. This comes in at 105 proof and should run you around $100. They rated it a 94 at Whiskey Advocate. It is a bourbon, and your blurb
99 is what I got it for. Good man.
nice, and your blurb comes from Mr. Shane English of the Whiskey Advocate, and he writes, Limestone branch master distiller Stephen Beam partnered with sister distillery Ross and Squibb, blending Indiana and Kentucky bourbons made from 3 different mash bills. On the nose, there's cherry cola, toasted marshmallows, and gooey brownies. The palate is sweet too, but with depth and complexity. It evolves through salted caramel, candied walnuts, and fudge with toasted grains, peanut shells, and a hint of char underpinning the sweets. The finish brings sweet peach tea, dark chocolate, and warming cinnamon.
Right off the jump, cherry cola and the brownie definitely
Big time cherry
nose.
cola for me. Yeah.
Really big time. I get peanut, not necessarily peanut shell. Peanut shell, you think kind of like gritty. I don't get that in the flavor at all, but I do get a little bit of a nuttiness to it. That's for sure.
It's a peanut shell in the smell, though. It's hard to describe the difference between peanut and peanut shell. It's like the shell has almost a muskier
Right.
part to it.
Yeah.
The
This
peanut
almost
shell they said was in the flavor, not in the nose. So that's where I was.
Right. This almost smells. The 2 predominant flavors for me. It's almost like a flat cherry Coke vanilla,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that's where I think the toasted marshmallow comes in, obviously. But I kind of get that sort of flavor on the nose.
On a cube, toasted marshmallow, big time.
By the way, I'm looking at Russ's team name and I don't understand it.
It's back to the bit. The word scramble.
My God. Russ gives me fucking homework.
Yeah, well, I think you'll like my team name.
Oh wow, yeah. I peach tea is definitely there. The little bit of fudge, kind of dark chocolate fudge, and the nuttiness that could be the candied walnuts, but it's not that sweet to me. And the chocolate's more like bitter dark chocolate rather than chocolate.
Definitely bitter dark chocolate. This Yellowstone.
I could see where it's more peanut than candied walnuts because it doesn't taste sweet to me at all, really.
Yeah. Yellowstone produces some great, kind of average run of whiskey. So when they do their just standard Yellowstone, I think it comes in at 101. I believe they do a 101 and then they have a 92. And both are really good. Neither, I think they're like 40 to 45 a bottle, like a really fair price for a whiskey. Just, I hate to always use this descriptor, but it falls under this moniker. It's old school Kentucky bourbon, right? There is a taste that your traditional, even though this is a newer distillery that's, buying barrels and blending and stuff, but there's a particular taste that you think of when you think Wild Turkey, Jim Beam, Old Granddad. And the only word I can ever use to describe it is just, it's old school Kentucky fucking bourbon. Like that's what it is. And there's something to be said for it. It's the reason why it's the best region for making bourbon in the country. There's plenty of great bourbons from all over the United States, but that Kentucky, Indiana, because everybody think Indiana is another state. It's literally across the fucking river. That's it. It's across the fucking river. It's not that far away. So I'm intrigued to hear what Mel is yelling about. You're laughing about probably from the chitter chatter of the group.
No, just you going, it's literally right across the way, pointing out, geography.
Yeah. Well, people, you hear that and you think Indiana is being a state away. You're like, okay, it's like a whole, it's a few hours. It's like, no, it's across the fucking river. Like you're in Louisville, you look across the river, there is fucking Indiana.
So I have a theory.
MGP is legitimately within an hour of that river.
Indiana might be the hardest state to place on a map because it's so indistinguishable and forgettable.
No, it's one of the squares in the middle. Has to be.
No, it's between Ohio and Illinois.
No, he's
and
saying
it's
one of the
the
squares in
longest-
the middle would be easy to forget. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, okay, gotcha. So like Wyoming, South Dakota.
Yeah, I mean, I never know which one of the Dakotas, which one are Wyoming, and the other one, Montana. I forget Montana exists. If it wasn't for that song I learned in third grade, I would not remember that Montana was there.
There
well,
we go.
remember, North Dakota doesn't exist.
All right. Well, we're not doing
Neither does
geography
Finland.
class here. We're not doing geography class here. We're
Really?
actually,
Okay,
drinking beer.
really? Columbus, you were the one talking about it. Again, you brought it up and then abandoned the idea.
She's just there laughing her fucking face
It's the
off.
second time tonight, Amerigo Vespucci. Fuck you.
And that would be my lovely bride. Mr. Graham, just
Welcome to the shit show.
I have 10 fucking days. 10 fucking days, Graham.
You had me shotgun a beer.
And that I did, but
That is your fault. Yes.
it did had a fucking puncture in it. That beer wasn't gonna fucking shotgun itself for fuck's sakes. So, it's what it is. So, Mr. Graham, what else do we always need to do?
Always remember to drink responsibly. Unless you can stumble to the couch right over there.
Oh, cheers you.
Cheers.
Internet cheers you. La, la, la. All right. Let's get into it. Arsenal have an emphatic win at a tough ground. And at the end of the weekend, the lead at the top of the table is back to 6 points. Arsenal
It is.
4, Leeds 0, Brentford 1, Villa 0, Manchester City 2, Tottenham 2. Saka out just moments before the match starts, but depth wins the day, and heck, his replacement won man of the fucking match.
Yeah, Madueke was excellent in this game. Created a ton, and was just dangerous the whole day. Really, Leeds didn't have an answer for him. Much like Leeds didn't have an answer for Saka the first time they played us in August.
Yeah.
I think it was the second match of the season, maybe third match of the season. Absolutely horrible conditions in a bit of a pressure cooker of an atmosphere. And after the bit of a wobble we've had over the last few weeks, a much needed. I know it's a newly promoted team, but it's a team that's doing pretty well. Hadn't lost in 12 games or something. A lot of draws in there, but they hadn't lost in about 12 games. And they'd put together a pretty good run of form at home, especially in those 12 games. So a bit of a statement win in the sense that you say we're going to bottle it again, and yet we come to a team who's relatively in form and absolutely put them to the sword.
Right.
And put them to the sword in a way that their center backs couldn't deal with Gyökeres when he, for most of the day. He should have done better early on, obviously, but he gets his goal. He took his goal very, very well. And then you had Gabriel Jesus coming in and scoring again, which just is great for the confidence. I think Kai Havertz might have had an assist, but Madueke absolutely had a couple of assists as well. It was just a great day. Declan Rice and Zubamendi are one of the hardest midfields in the league. Excellent at recycling the ball. Excellent at keeping possession. And both of them have a decent passing range on them. And I don't know how, but Martin Zubamendi, probably the shortest player on the field, pops up with another header. I think he scored 4 Premier League goals this season. 2 of them have been headers. So it's a good sign.
Well, Gyökeres needed to hurry up and score because at one point he was level on goals with own goals for your club. So
Yeah.
he knew he needed to go ahead and put one in the back of the net there before the end of the day, because you can't let own goal be, tied with you as quote unquote the prolific striker you're supposed to be,
Well,
right?
listen, once again, I don't care who it is or how it happens. We could score 5, what is there left? 14 games?
Yeah.
Left?
Yeah,
Yeah,
14
14 left in the season. I don't care if we win 1-0 in every game and each player on the pitch scores with his cock. I don't care how they go in. They just need to go in. Just keep us
Go
top of
in
the tree. Yep. That's
Now
all
we
that
talked
fucking
about
matters to
the
me.
tough ground that Ellen Road is, and obviously the supporters there are crazy and loud. But was it me, or did it kind of feel like Leeds and Farka already seemed resigned that they were going to lose this game? I mean, you listen to Farka in the presser, he's like, well, they're currently the best team in all of Europe, and we're going to try to do what we can. It was almost like,
Well,
we're
yeah.
going to get our asses kicked.
So this was the fourth game of the season that involved a winning margin of 4 goals or more,
Mm-hmm.
and Arsenal had 2 of those 4, and the other one was against Leeds. Remember, it was 5-0
Yep.
in that first thing. I think it's one of those, you got punched up, and then the bullies, back picking on you again, and you're like, well, we'll do our best here, but we'll go down swinging, but. You saw that performance. They haven't been as comprehensively beaten by anyone else this season. And I think that, kind of mentally weighed on them a bit.
Oh, well, and for Arsenal too, I feel like last week you had to go get the points after you saw what everyone else did, right? So you were chasing their results. It's a lot easier when you get to go first and you go out there and you go, fuck you, slap the dick on the table, or as you always like to say, the mushroom stamp to the forehead and go,
right.
Boom, there it is. That's the point lead. Come fucking catch us.
Right. What are you going to do about it?
Right.
And we saw, when Arsenal was going second the last few weeks is when we had that bit of a wobble, right? Arsenal and Liverpool were the only team on that Thursday, or the only game on that Thursday, going back that far. When that was there for the taking, Liverpool didn't offer much in that match. Forest, I think, was played on the Sunday. That wasn't, obviously great. And all that kind of stuff. So, and then the Manchester United game obviously was Super Sunday. We were the final game that weekend, last weekend. Also, our first home loss of the season, which I don't think we brought up as a stat in and of itself. Speaking of stats, I got a real quick one that you're gonna.
Actually, we did. I brought it up in the.
You did, okay.
The game.
The one of the most ridiculous stats I've ever heard. So when Kai Havertz scored against Kairat in the Champions League midweek, he became the first Arsenal player to score against a team who shares the first 3 letters of his first name since Lee Dixon scored against Leeds in 1996. And I don't know what incel.
A fabulous stat.
I don't know what incel in his basement had the time to look that up. But it's
pretty great.
One of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life.
It's fabulous. I love it.
It's fucking stupid. But so the other piece to this, right, is these horrible conditions when you're the better team and easily one of the best footballing teams in the country, in all of Europe, really. With we like the ball on the floor, we like slick passing, we like quick movement, even though we hadn't done it in the last 3 games. But we tend to play in that way. These conditions favor that, right? If you're constantly trying to play balls over the top, you're going to skid off that turf. You don't really know where that ball's going to end up. DCL's not the fastest striker in the world, obviously. You've got all of these various things that kind of lent in Arsenal's favor that day, right? It was absolutely fucking teeming down with rain. And so we were able to express ourselves because we keep the ball on the floor, and that slick passing it made it a bit easier for us.
I have to imagine this, just as an Arsenal supporter, you got to feel so much better coming out of this weekend where it just, all right, there's the team I know. Like, that's the team I know can score goals. That's the depth doing everything they're supposed to do. Gabriel Jesus comes on as a sub. He gets a goal. It just, like you said, Havertz with an assist. It just, everyone and
Madueke, like you said, right? Madueke finding out 5 minutes before the game he's meant to start. I'd already put my bets in, right, for the game. My real money stuff that I do on the side, apart from the show's bets, and I had Saka to have a shot on target in every single one of them. So I had my odds decreased because I had a leg voided, right? And so for him to find out, oh shit, I'm playing. There's a certain mindset that comes with that, right? And that's, you mentally prepare and you visualize yourself in the game and you do this. And he's got to be sitting there thinking, when I come on in 75 minutes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, exploit these tired legs. I'm going to do this, that, the other. So having to shift your mentality so quickly to play from the start is a big deal. It's hard to do. And he did it expertly. It was great. And I was really happy for him. And actually it wasn't a second assist. He got credited finally with the goal from the dubious goals panel.
There we go. Very good.
Darlow, it was given as an own goal at the time, but they, I guess, watched replays and looked at the shape of the ball and figured it was on target anyway. And when Darlow touched it, I guess part of the ball was hanging like above the line, inside the post and above the line. So they gave the goal to Madueke. So he ended up with a goal and an assist, which was awesome for him. You could see what it meant to Gyökeres as well, scoring a goal that he scored at Porto or at someone's gonna kill me for that, at Sporting.
Right.
The type of goal that he scored at Sporting, why we bought him, right? You could say the way he stood up and kind of, it was Adama Traore-esque, really, the way that he celebrated that goal, with the flex and then fucking brought his hands up, kind of in an angry fashion. It felt like a huge weight was lifted off his shoulders. Like, I finally fucking announced myself, which was good to see. And hopefully he can carry that on. And that's he scored 2 in midweek, I believe, as well. So that was it's just confidence, man. It's something that he needs, and and the media, right, gets the players. That kind of stuff is true. Jeet just put something in the closed group a few minutes ago. It's an ESPN article, right? Headline from 2018 and 19: the secret to Liverpool's success in 18-19. Why being good at set pieces can win you trophies. This season, how set pieces are ruining the Premier League, helping Arsenal. The ESPN as well. It's like, fuck, get fucked.
Never
Fucking woke,
fucking
the
happy.
woke,
Never happy.
The woke media.
Now, that set the stage for Sunday when both Villa and City played, and the Bees pull off the shock victory at Villa Park, the first time in 96 years.
Yeah.
Now, they don't play each other a lot, but the first time in 96 years, Brentford beat Villa. And it was really, despite the fact that obviously Villa are missing pieces and people are hurt, it wasn't the guys they re-signed and brought in. Douglas Luiz bedded in perfectly, had a perfectly good game. Tammy Abraham did everything he was supposed to do up top. Hell, we'll get to
Except stay on side.
We'll get to the one thing that happened, but it wasn't that. They got the red card, which Shada, that was just stupid.
Ridiculous. One of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
2 instances this weekend of, did you all forget there's a camera and that they're going to see what you did? Like, in the case of Shada, you're like, they're going to see what you did, right? There's no getting away.
There's no getting away from it. Yeah.
And then with Nico Williams for Forest, it was like he pretended like he dove with his head, but totally hit it away with his hand, and then grabbed his head like it hit him in the head. It was just like, motherfucker, they got a camera, man. They're gonna see,
right.
They're gonna see what you did.
It's fucking stupid.
They're gonna see what you did.
Just to link the points real quick before we get into the game itself. This is the perspective of going last, right? So when you're on top, as we are, and the other 2 clubs, like that, the weekend we could have gone 9 points clear when both City and Villa dropped points on the Saturday and we played the Sunday. Or maybe that was the Liverpool game, could have been. Doesn't matter, not the point. The point is that we go, oh shit, this is almost a free hit. You might take your foot off the gas. You might overlook the game. You might try too hard, which is a thing for people that don't really play sports. Not letting your natural game come through can be detrimental to you, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, just overplaying things. On the flip side, for the 2 teams that are chasing, when we get that 3 points on the board, they go, fuck, we have to win today. That's the only option. And then the same sort of things creep in. You can overplay things. You can overdo things, overthink things. And I think that's kind of what Villa did here, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. Especially once they got the red card, they then just give away. It's not a secret what Brentford's going to do.
Right.
And that's
it's not a secret what Django Montara is going to do either.
And that's what kind of, that's what annoyed me when Everton lost to Brentford was they scored 4 goals all on counterattacks. Like, You know what they're going to do.
Right.
Don't let them do the thing they're going to do. It's like if you're playing a team in the NFL that has a mobile quarterback, your middle linebacker's job is to ghost him so he doesn't just go running, right? Same instance. They're going to counterattack quickly. One center back has to stay on the striker. Has to. It's not an option. You have to know where they are. You have, and fucking Tara gets free like way too easily, especially when you know what it is they're going to do. And in that regards, and also it was a great hit. I think Emmy could have been better. Emmy went low, like he was already falling down before the shot even came off.
Yeah.
And he's standing. Maybe he's just putting his hands up and getting a hand on it. Now it could have still gone in because it was a rip of a shot.
Yeah, it was. We're going to come on to one of those at Fulham later as well.
Yeah.
That I thought Bernd Leno could have done better with. Same sort of thing. And Bernd Leno did stand up, but it was an absolute rocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, from that acute of an angle, there isn't much space to put it in. So you figure if Martinez was able to get a touch on it, then he's probably making a save, whether it's pretty or not. He's probably saving it. The fact that there was a few of these weird defensive errors this weekend where the center backs were too far apart and allowed a fairly simple ball over the top to get people in. Mm-hmm. And this was one of those games. And it was a great finish. Don't get me wrong, and credit to Ouattara. But I totally agree with you. I think Emmy overcomplicated it. I think he overthought it, and he committed way too early.
And then we go into
the ball shouldn't even have been there in the first place. The defender should have done better. And
then we go into the second half, and Villa do exactly what they're supposed to do. They get the equalizer, and I feel that this play determined the rest of the game.
Explain to me how the fuck they roll it all the way back. How many fucking steps? Like all the way back to the other side. That ball went through almost 15 players before it got to the scoring player.
Yeah.
Since when? How far back is VAR going to go?
Remember, Graham, there was that VAR against
it's the phase of play.
Liverpool and Bournemouth, where Bournemouth scored on a counter and they pulled it all the way back and went, no, there was a penalty down here, and they take away the goal and give Liverpool a penalty in the same VAR play. For me, the ball
make that make sense.
The ball did go out of bounds. Yes, the ball did go out of bounds. But it's just a missed call. Like the ball went all the way up the pitch. Brentford had plenty of opportunities to stop the ball from it legitimately went the entire length of the field.
Sam, can you hand me that?
What, my lord?
No, the documents.
Oh, there you go, Alex. Go get them.
Can I get the documents, please? All the documents. What? Villa got a little too close? They didn't like us being talked in the same conversation as title race? What? They didn't want another Leicester on their hands?
Mm-hmm. For me, I've been
stuck in this house too long. The conspiracies. It's in the files.
Like you say, Mr. Graham, the goals are the best bit, and we're legitimately going to the other end of the field.
Other motherfucking end, opposite
end
the crazy goddamn field. Not sorry, Ross, because you have been checked in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
For one of
HR need to be called on HR.
For one of the Sunderland's goals today, I think the play started with a foul throw. I saw at least 3 foul throws in the Sunderland game today, and VAR never checked that. Well, it's the same fucking thing, isn't it? It's one of those things that shouldn't be looked at. If you're gonna pick and choose what you look at, it shouldn't be looked at.
Oh, that's a goal. That's a goal. It's then 1-1, and easily Villa go on to win. It would have happened because that goal being called back and of course, as we always say, Mr. Graham, the players on the field still have to play, right? But you could just tell that was it. It was over. Like
Yeah.
they were done. They were done after that.
They just
Yeah.
couldn't figure
They
out.
were absolutely done
They
after
That's
couldn't
that.
tough.
figure out how to play 10 men.
That was an absolute screw job. And credit to Brentford for they did a great low block. They kept them.
They were very
Nothing
they were
against
very
Brentford on
organized.
this one.
little to no fucking shots on target at all. There were a lot
Yeah,
of
they
shots,
were
nothing on target.
they worked
Brentford
very
never gave
very
up the
hard.
fight.
Yeah, they worked very very hard.
Mhm.
And I mean that's what the refs will do to you, right?
Yeah.
But for
Hey,
them, that's why I don't know that Villa
Yeah.
goes on to win it. Because Brentford were so
We
good.
draw. We don't lose points with that though.
Oh, you don't lose.
No, you don't
No,
lose. You
it
don't
is
lose for sure.
I don't drink.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
Which one is it?
Old school. Just the OG.
There you go.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to
Damn.
swallow.
Douglas Louise being back. That makes it a little better.
I hadn't even heard he moved yet.
Oh.
It must have got him back in when McGinn went down.
Yeah,
was,
it
yeah.
was. Guinea had surgery on his knee.
Mhm.
He is going to be out minimum 6 weeks. They think within 2 months he'll be back.
Okay, good.
So in time for World Cup.
If he's not at the World Cup, I'm gonna be livid.
Yeah, the man's got to be at the World Cup.
Yeah, no, I was.
Meatball.
That was
deserves
the first thing
World
when he
Cup.
went down. That was the
Scott-
first thing Houston and I said to each other.
Of course, Scotland needs its little meatball flour.
Yeah, exactly. And well, and particularly with a club like Scotland, for the amount as an international football club that they are just shat on regularly on Europe, and the fact that they get to a World Cup, all those players who, because that team is a veteran team, it is a lot of older
Oh
players.
yeah.
I want none of them to get hurt because
No.
every fucking one
They
of them,
all deserve it.
more so than any other country in the world, deserve that fucking World Cup moment. It doesn't matter if they lose every game 10-0. They just deserve to play in a World Cup. The amount of shit that country takes on a regular basis. And so for me, like McGinn, it's like my heart will break if that fucker does not like.
Yeah.
I'd go so far if he's not healthy, he makes the 25-man roster and we just play with 24. That's who we got. Fuck it. He puts on the jersey, he sits
Yeah.
on the bench. Do not give a shit. That man deserves to be there.
Well, yeah, that's all you got to do is one of those like Wayne Rooney with his metatarsals or Luke Shaw at the Euros that England made the final at Wembley, where you bring them in case they get fit
Right.
in the middle of the tournament, and then you have an extra person you have there now, especially somebody that's such an emotional leader for that team as well.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
if cost and hotel's an issue, he can just stay here.
Oh, is Mel,
Well, I-
Mel, you an ass man?
Oh, you know it. I
Oh,
love.
sorry, I said that wrong. You like a man's ass?
I love a big meaty honk.
All right. A little bit of the old city from earlier in this season. They go out, they get the 2-goal lead. Seems like they're going to be cruising along, and then fuck it right off.
Well, I don't know that I'd go as far as to say a little bit old school City. I think they dominated Tottenham, yes, but I think both of them all game were quite sloppy.
Mhm.
Tottenham, we've come to expect that from over the last season and a half. City, we have not. In the last 7 or 8 years overall, like obviously they had that period last season where they were shit. But I mean, Bernardo Silva was giving the ball away left, right, and center. There
Well,
was
Graham,
like,
what I was trying to say, my sorry for interrupting you here. What I was trying to say is that earlier in this season, they had given away multiple leads.
oh yeah.
Like they had right that ship, right? Like the way they've been playing lately, you're like, you're up 2-0 on Tottenham. Tottenham's going to roll over and die. It's over. See it out. And they did that a couple of times earlier this year and then lost points because they couldn't hold on to the lead. So in that same vein, it was just kind of surprising to see they've retooled. They've got all the pieces they need. Those players have bet in right away. They're like, obviously Mark Gay, he's a fucking England starter, right? Like he knows what he's fucking doing. And a center back's a different position than in a Pep system than necessarily like a winger or a forward. You put him in the center, he knows what the fuck to do. Tackle the fucker in front of him, block shots, don't let them score, right? Like pretty easy.
Right.
And but even Semedo, who's now I think 4 of 5 in his matches so far with City in scoring. So they're all doing well. It seems so out of character for a team that was finding form to really stumble in this game.
Steve, but here's especially against Tottenham, who are at home, a place where they're notoriously bad. But what I would say is when we're looking at City, think about the $100 million they spent on Grealish. Think about how they acquired Doku, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of those sorts of players, where they barely featured for 6 months to the entirety of their first full season.
Right.
They were training and getting used to the system and making 10-minute cameos here and there, right? Very rarely did they start a game unless it was in a cup to see if they were getting up to speed. The nature and the importance of the injuries that City have had, important players that have been injured last summer and then now in January, they look like they're just trying to plug gaps because all of those players, exactly like you say, are stepping immediately into this system-based team. And I think the system is failing because they're not up to speed yet. They're leaving gaps where they normally wouldn't be leaving gaps. If you had Diaz and Vardiol back there who know the system, I don't think those gaps happen. But you've got Usmanov and Gahey, and Usmanov hasn't played that much. Right. Now, he looked okay when he wasn't getting muscled.
Right.
Right. When he was open field, his speed was allowed him to recover a few times. He's brave in the tackle, but I think he makes kind of poor decisions sometimes. And we saw it when he first came in, his first game of the season. What was it? Own goal and fucking red card, or own goal and double yellow. He had a shocking first game for City. It was pitiful. I think, and he hasn't featured much since. Right. And I think part of this is Pep looks tired. Everyone thinks kind of Pep's going to leave at the end of the season, right? At this point. And this system that he's built and the system he's been so successful with is starting to fall down a little bit because he doesn't have the time to work with the players because there's been injuries and there's been sales and possibly that it's buying, like they weren't really in for Gahey. All the talk was Gahey was going to go to Liverpool to replace Konate, right? Problem was Konate's been shit this season and Real Madrid pulled out and didn't want to sign him anymore. And then you had that double injury to the two center backs at City. So you go, fuck, who's the best defender available? Oh, we can get him for $25 million? Hell yeah. So they did it. I don't know that Gahey actually fits that system at all. I don't know if you can learn it.
I didn't think he was the problem in this match, personally.
I don't think he's the problem either. I think the problem is that if the system isn't, it's like a clock. If it's all not working together, synchronized, it's fucked. The time's wrong.
Now,
so I think the timing of certain runs open up gaps that fuck them up, and they're not prepared for. Also, Gahey's mostly used to playing in a 3. Now he's in a 4.
No. So for Spurs, is it simple as Solanke being back? Like, is it that fucking simple?
Partially, yes, because Richarlison can't be trusted, and Kolo Muani looks disinterested.
Well, I mean, Richarlison at least was scoring goals for them, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard for one man to try to do everything when the rest of the team was doing absolutely nothing.
Well, also, but Richarlison also blows so hot and cold. I mean, he's one of the streakiest players I've ever seen, true. Right? Very so true. if he's not doing it, who's gonna?
Right.
Is part of the problem. Xavi Simons seemed to wake up and figure out he was a professional footballer again.
Well, and also I think
out of fucking nowhere.
The addition of Conor Gallagher is going to be massive. I don't know why Chelsea ever got rid of him other than the fact that it was a homegrown talent and they made a lot of money off of it.
That's the only reason.
He did well in Spain, but for me, he's an English player. He belongs in English football. Like, just the way he plays football. He belongs in the Prem. It's the type of footballer he is. Now,
Well, it was
Solanke.
very poignant that he went to Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid.
Mhm.
If there was a team in Europe that he would have fit in,
That's
it was
the
that
team,
one.
and he fit in very well there.
He's all industry, right?
Now, before the first goal, I didn't see it, but God damn, sorry, Russ, if the commentators weren't all up on thinking that that was a foul by Solanke on Gay.
It was a foul.
It's
a foul. And think about it backwards. Think about it backwards. If a defender does that, and we've seen it how many fucking times, it's a penalty all day long.
Yeah.
If you're going to give somebody a free shot at goal for that, right, from 12 yards, a free shot, you and the keeper, then it's a foul on the attacker as well. It absolutely was a foul and shouldn't have been given.
But then I would
100%.
argue that he got the ball, that Solanke got the ball.
It's still a tackle from behind. That's a foul in the center circle. Well,
that also that foul too, Graham, is a foul that I fucking hate. The guy jumping in front of the ball as the other person unknowingly swings their foot. You've heard me talk about that foul.
I don't disagree with you.
I don't like it. So
I don't disagree with you at all. But it's
so my argument would be is that shouldn't be a foul on a defenseman in the first place. That shouldn't be a foul in the middle of the field. It shouldn't be a fucking foul.
But consistently, it has been called a foul and should have been called a foul here.
Fair, but he does get the brace, and that second goal.
It wasn't on purpose like Giroud's was, so I want to hear it.
Holy, if
they give out an accidental Puskás award at the end of the season, he should win it. But if it's a Puskás, it should be on purpose.
I know it's impossible for you to give Spurs any kind of credit at all, but
no, it was a great goal.
And also a great job by Conor Gallagher getting down the sidelines, getting the ball in.
Well, that's that industry, right? He didn't give up on the play. He kept going, even though he found himself in sort of an awkward position, being not in the middle, because that's really where he does his best work. He goes out there and he puts in a decent ball, even though it was a little behind Solanke, which gives him the opportunity to scorpion kick it. I do. I mean, just if you watch them side by side, which I did do, Giroud is a little prettier and it looks more intentional. Solanke just looks like he's trying to help it on and it happened to loop into the net. It's a good goal. Don't get me wrong. It's well done, and it probably will win the Puskás this year. It's a great goal, and it's going to go down, as the goal that got them to finish off a comeback. The worst part is if City would have scored a third, it would have been the greatest goal that no one remembered. Right. Because it was ultimately in a loss. But the fact that it finished a comeback is kudos to him.
Graham, we're at 45 minutes already, and we're not even through the first fucking segment. So let's just kind of get to this point. In the second half, Donnarumma kept City in this match.
Oh, yeah, big time.
You take away those two goals, there were at least 4 that should have gone in the net.
Yeah.
Donnarumma made massive saves on. And then late on in the match, was that a penalty for you with Haaland? Because that sure as hell was a guy with his hand around Haaland's waist and another guy grabbing Haaland's arm.
I don't remember the incident, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a corner kick, and they had a good hold of him. I think if they wanted to look at it, they could have found something.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't look. Because normally, if this is Wolves versus Palace, they wouldn't even bother looking at it. I'm kind of surprised they didn't take a look at that. Because if they did, I think they would have called it. I don't
remember the incident, and I didn't write anything about it.
Well, and now
Tottenham should have rode that momentum, though. They had City on the fucking ropes, and they didn't. They got to about 77, 78 minutes, and they went, hold what you have, and they backed off a little bit, and I don't think they should have done that.
Well, it's Spurs constantly seemingly keep being the thorn in the side of City. Like they're the ones who always seem to do it. Can't get up for any other big match or any small match or any match for that regard. But apparently City, they're like, ooh, we're on today. It finally comes down to this weekend, though. City head to Anfield. All right, these next two, there's not a lot in the game itself to kind of get into as far as X's and O's. It's really kind of more the finishes of both matches. And we had a couple of dramatic 3-2s with late match heroics and fireworks, which have Chelsea and United still in the Champions League chat. Chelsea 3, West Ham 2, Manchester United 3, Fulham 2. West Ham go out and punch fucking Chelsea right in the fucking mouth, go up 2-0. And honestly, Chelsea looked like old Chelsea. Like the
worst part is West Ham had a good
things out.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, excuse me. Chelsea had a good start.
Yeah.
West Ham had to kind of grow into that first 5 minutes. I think Areola made a save and somebody had a decent block. And then West Ham just turned it on kind of out of nowhere. I think Chelsea sort of overlooked them in that first half. We're kind of looking past to the semifinal that's supposed to happen later on today in the magic of radio.
Right.
But what some teams fail to remember is that it is a game of two halves, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get two good goals.
Teams, because West Ham forgot there was a second half.
Exactly. But I think Nuno did the thing that Spurs did, right? Have what you hold.
Right.
Like he brought on, I think it was the 67th minute is when he brought on Max Kilman. You're leaving them 23 minutes to control midfield and pound you. And they are inherently a better team than you. So I thought he went for that tactic way too early.
Agreed.
Way too early.
And really, I mean, there's not much, like I said, in the game. Even though there were 5 goals, there wasn't much in the game. Chelsea comes coming back. Chelsea take the lead. It's the end of the fucking match.
It's my favorite thing that happened this weekend because I fucking hate Mark Cucurella. So
shocker, he's in the middle of fucking the shithousery.
So what'll be great for Liam Sr. and his confidence as a coach stepping up to the elite level now, right, is his changes that he rang at halftime ultimately won him the game, right? João Pedro gets a goal and an assist, and you have Cucurella scoring, right? Wesley Fofana got an assist. So those 4 players were the changes he made between halftime and 60 minutes. And well done to him. Right, for that. I don't know what happened to Garnacho. 2 seasons ago, he was the best player at Manchester United. He's a shell of himself. He misplaced 3 or 4 passes in a space of about 15 seconds in this match.
The goal was 100% his fault.
Yeah, it's just absolutely horrible. He needs to be nowhere near the first team at the moment. He needs some time away. He can't play himself out of this slump because he's been in a slump for about a year.
Yeah.
But move on to the end of the game.
He does the bit that we all hate too, which is I'm gonna get beat, and then I'm gonna turn around and point and yell at everybody. It's like,
right,
fucker, it's you.
It's you. You're the reason. Yeah.
Hey, it's you, Garnacho. You're the problem. It's you. Okay. It's not
exactly
hard.
But just so you've got Adama Traore here who's built like a brick shithouse. You've got Cucurella doing something. I don't even know why it happened, to be honest. I didn't see how it kicked off. But Adama Traore grabs him from behind both of his shoulders and literally just flings him like a rag doll out of the way. The hair made it more like a rag doll situation, of course, because his hair's flying around like crazy. He hits the deck. João Pedro wants to stand up for his teammate. Adama Traore is going to get the ball.
Real quick,
okay.
I can tell you exactly what happened. Traore was going around Cucurella. Cucurella went down, deflected the ball. Traore was going to get around him with the ball. Cucurella stuck out his arm and knocked that out of bounds. Just took it with his hand, knocked that out of bounds.
Punched it. Yeah. Okay.
We're going to get to all the things that happened with VAR and how they only managed to catch one thing. But then, yes, João Pedro jumping in for his teammate.
Continue. So he shoved Adama Traore in his back. Traore turns around and looks like what's his name?
Hulk smash.
It looks like he's turning into the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo. Yeah. Looks like all of a sudden he's just like gets big. And João Pedro, that face that I shared in the closed group, that's Drunken United FC on Facebook. You got to find it. It's where all the hashtag bants happen. Just request to join the page, Mel will let you in. And this fucking guy's face, João Pedro, just deer in the headlights, don't know what to do. He kind of, eyes got real big, and then he sort of squinted as if he was going to get punched, and he was trying to be ready to take it, and just threw both arms out to try to deflect anything that was coming his way.
And then the defender for West Ham jumps in the way, decides to choke Yao Pedro because apparently Wayne Brady's got to choke a bitch. Is what decided to happen. While that's going on,
Levo or something on it.
the other central defender fucking slaps Liam Delap in the fit, like right in the no, was it Delap or Palmer? I forget who it was. I think it was Palmer.
I think it's called Palmer.
Palmer. Smacked him right in the face. VAR didn't bother looking at that. VAR didn't bother looking at the Cucurella handball. There should have been 3 red cards. And unlike Spurs, it wouldn't have all been on one guy. Like he was just like there were just everywhere. You're like, but where, like that's the only thing you caught. You're looking at all of that, and that's the only thing you got.
Well, it was, and that was very obvious. I mean, that's like when was it Decore did it to Tyler Adams for Everton against Bournemouth? Like choked him over the side of the advertising hoardings.
Sam, if somebody's gonna like Rick James to Charlie Murphy, 5 fingers said to the face, smack. Right on camera where you can see it and VAR doesn't catch that. Like, come on.
It should be looked at. You're absolutely right. But also Cole Palmer has a very punchable face, so they probably just thought, nah, it's fine. Well, now that inspired
talking to Geck, he was like, nah, probably didn't even feel it or notice it or even understand what happened.
Yeah, I mean, and also the choke is such a dramatic thing, right?
Yes.
It probably draws all the attention. And then, honestly, they're probably laughing at how Adama Traore just literally flung Cucurella out of the way.
Well, and then, of course, Cucurella falling on the ground like this with both of his arms against his side, suddenly sees the ball going in front of him and just goes, boop, punches it right out of bounds.
Which should also be serious foul play. That's potentially a red card. Yeah, for sure. But this real quick, and obviously patreon.com/the football show to get all our extra content. We do our beer reviews, our side beer reviews on Injury Time, which is our preview show for the next season. You can only find that on the Patreon. But this, and sometimes I'll tailor my beer choices because of their names.
Right.
2 things that happen. And this one is inspired by João Pedro, and the can art was perfect. It's called Crucial Taunts. And then there's Adama Traore coming right back at him.
I love that.
It's pretty good. So I had to open that up for when we started this game to make sure I plugged the Patreon because it was pretty good.
So United have now won 3 in a row, and they did have a 2-0 lead and give it away late. But before we even get to the last 10 minutes of the match, it was back and forth from the start.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams had chances. Both keepers were making saves. Both teams were hitting the post. It was it's where I missed on my bet because I bet it to be under 2.5 goals. And it was the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to be. It was a frenetic game. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, but I mean, you weren't necessarily wrong, right? Both keepers are good. They both stood up to the challenge most of the game, but everyone just kind of forgot where they were for the last 7 minutes of stoppage time.
Would it surprise you that Fulham score goals and including in the final 10 plus minutes, again, come from behind with 10 minutes left? They seemingly do this every single week. They pull Fergie time on Man United, only for Man United to go, whoop, Fergie time on you, bitch.
Exactly. Well, one of the most unfortunate things though was Fulham. It was a very marginal offside. They did have a goal ruled out for, a toenail.
Agreed.
Which was unfortunate. But those last 12 minutes or whatever it was, basically the 80th minute on was very exciting. Raul Jimenez penalty was excellent. That was a confident little stutter step, and then I'm going to just place it where I place it. Fuck it. Lemons guessed the right way, but ultimately, no keeper in the world stopping that shot. Shesko's little shimmy after he received the ball that got him that yard of space to turn and fire into the top corner was excellent. It was a ton of fun those last few minutes. I loved watching that. It was great.
And Manchester United find themselves now winners of 3 in a row.
Yep. And this was the goal from Mateus Cunha that I think Leno could have done better with that. He was at the corner of the 6 and he scored at the near post. Leno was also still was standing up, and Cunha roofed it, but he just couldn't get his hands up fast enough.
Yeah, agreed. Now, for me, you always where I know if Fulham quote unquote got done dirty by VAR is when broadcasting royalty and Fulham supporter, local broadcast royalty, Dave Johnson. When I see him put up a post with VAR and it's the picture of like the barely any red being offsides kind of thing,
Right.
and and it's him talking about the Wenger rule. Like the minute I see Dave Johnson and the Wenger rule, it's like, Fulham got done dirty this weekend.
Yeah, pretty
Now,
much.
the big question is the bloke going to finally get to cut his hair?
I think he might. I think he just might, because this is the first time in 4 years United have gone 7 unbeaten in the league. What a fucking stat that is.
I would love. They beat Spurs. They beat West Ham. They get the 5. He cuts the hair. They go to Everton and lose. Rounding out the rest of the league, so that happened. Everton 1, Brighton 1, Bournemouth 2, Wolves 0, Liverpool 4, Newcastle 1, Forest 1, Palace 1, Burnley 3, Sunderland 0. Let's kind of zip through these, Mr. Graham. We talk about these teams quite a bit as it is. Bad first half for Everton. Again, this is the second week in a row they've had a bad first half. Interesting defensive lineup. Put all 4 of the big fuckers out there. Now, granted, Myelinko was hurt, but it was
Somebody will be able to stop Welbeck. Yeah.
Tarkovsky in the middle, and O'Brien on the right. Like
somebody will stop Welbeck, I swear. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? It wasn't a particularly good first half for Brighton either. 7 efforts, but only one of them managed to be on target.
Mm-hmm. And it was real simple. Everton had a chance to take the lead. Dewsbury Hall should have put it away, but he kicked it on the ground. Verbruggen makes the save. Then on the other end,
a good save with his foot, by the way.
And then on the other end, they get a ball in front of the box. They put it away. They scored, right? And while it was late dramatics, it kind of felt like the right outcome. It felt like Everton should have had a goal in that match.
I tend to agree. Everton were much better in the second half.
Yeah. And it's Everton are getting healthy. I think
it was Beto's birthday. He's the one that scored. But I do love, and I have to give you shit for it, because it's very funny when it happens to a defense as an onlooker. Obviously, when it happened to me back in the day, I fucking hated it. But I am a huge fan of a goal scored via a dummy.
Oh, yeah, where Buonanotte just kind of like faked it and it went right by him.
Both center backs went for it, and it just left Pascal Gross with the easiest goal he'll ever score in his career.
Ever. Absolutely.
I fucking love that.
Really not much else to say about it. They're both right around the same spot on the table. Everton's a little bit ahead of them. Everton could be in a European hunt, maybe, or they could be 13th. Who fucking knows?
Right. This was the very 11th versus 12th kind of game. Even I don't know if that's where they are, but
10th versus 12th. It was 10th versus 12th, and Everton moved up. And Everton moved up to 9th because of it. So it was 9th versus 12th at the end of the day.
I gotcha.
Cherries seem to have rightened the ship, which is good, and Wolves had their moment. Wolves are going to have to dig deep to find. I still think they're going to probably outdo the Derby County worst record ever, and I think they're going to outdo Southampton's second worst record ever, and I think they're not going to give up as many goals as Sheffield United, but they still got to do it. And at home against a team that's been struggling, to 2-0, that's all you could do. Like, I can't imagine Jurgen Strand-Larsen was that big of a cancer on the team. Now he's gone. He got moved to Palace today, but like, I can't imagine he was like a cancer to this team. So
this is what's going to make me nervous about Wolves and those records. Is the best chance they had of scoring goals and doing stuff was with Strand-Larsen on the field. Right. Now they don't have Strand-Larsen, and they didn't replace him with anybody particularly inspiring. What I do like from a Bournemouth perspective is they've seemed to recalibrate following the exit of Antoine Semenyo, who's obviously was their best player. Krupi has been playing very, very well and taking a lot of responsibility. But this Brazilian teenager that came on, Ryan, Ryan, was excellent. And he's the one that got the assist for Adam Scott's goal in stoppage time.
Agreed.
He was absolutely fantastic. So it looks like Bournemouth have kind of adopted the Brighton model, have adopted the Brentford model. Just next up, we have a system. We buy players for the system. They're going to perform in the system and trust the system, and the system's working. And this is where I'd go back to City and say they're plugging gaps rather than, because like, how many times did like Nico O'Reilly, where the fuck did he come from, right? Somebody got hurt. Oh, we've got a kid in the academy that plays the City way, and it's just plug and play. He takes 2 games to get up to speed and get the level, and then he's one of the best left backs in the league being talked about for England, right?
Yeah.
Bournemouth, Brighton, and Brentford seem to do this all the time, where it doesn't really matter who's there because this system is in place and they've got people that know the fucking system.
Agreed. Now, Ekitike scores another brace, seems to be cruising.
That second goal was brilliant, by the way.
Is the problem the fact that Isak was around? Do we think that might have been what was holding Ekitike back, or
possibly? I think part of this was they were asking Mo to do more that he wasn't doing.
right?
Well,
so also Wirtz is finally bedded in, and Wirtz is finally being the player they signed, right?
Right. I mean,
he played very well this past month. He's looked. You have to, for the amount we shit on him at the start of the year, you have to give credit. He's looked exceptional this month.
Absolutely. You have to absolutely give him his flowers. But the other piece to that is it shouldn't weigh on them, right? Because they don't have any control over that. It's whatever the clubs negotiate, and your importance to the club dictates your price, right? So but it does. When somebody takes a 116 million pound punt on you, that has to weigh on your mind. They're probably saying to you, you need to fucking work out. We just shipped FFP for the next 2 years to sign you. Right. So he looked like that price tag was weighing on his mind.
Well, it also looked like
for the first 3 months of the season.
But it looked like when he was on the pitch playing, it was affecting Ekitike as well. Like,
because Ekitike is a player that needs service.
Right.
Isak's a player that needs service. And if nobody's getting them the ball, how can they do anything with it? Now, Ekitike, I think, creates a little bit more on his own, but ultimately he's a player that needs service. You know, he's not a Sergio Aguero or a Thierry Henry or a Jamie Vardy that can just grab the ball and go on an amazing sprint for 40 yards, sidestep 3 players and then slot home. That's not his game, right? He might play a 1-2, but he needs some sort of help, right? And Isak's the same way. And unless, Mo wasn't happy not being the main man, it seemed. And then, he also, again, I hate mentioning it because we're kind of beating a dead horse with it. But I think a lot of the existing players in the spine of that team were so affected by Diogo Jota and losing their friend and their teammate. Yeah. That first kind of 3 months, 4 months of the season are almost a write-off. I mean, I actually have had to experience playing. We were going into playoffs when my center back partner passed away. And we weren't the same team. Our minds were not on the field. Right?
No, of course not. Of course not.
And it's one of those situations where, half these guys didn't fucking know him and they just want to get on with it. The other half are like, fuck you. You don't understand what this means to us. So I think it's a little bit of all of those things. And then it's a lot of new talent. It's a big shakeup in that front line. Right. Sure. And if and then you've got the egos to deal with Salah and who knows, man. This looked like the first time. This looked like the first time they clicked as a unit.
All that being said, it's a massive home win where they've been dropping the teams they shouldn't. Like, they dropped points to fucking Burnley in that building. Yep. Like, so
it's a big deal.
Win. I think in the league for Artie Howe now it's you got to just starting Wissa. You spent the money on him, put him up top, because. Yeah, you got Gordon, and Gordon got you a goal, but he ultimately didn't give you big man presence, which is exactly what you need to beat a team like Liverpool, who's the 2 center backs aren't playing particularly well right now. And for me, You use Gordon and you use Voltamata, Big Dick Nick in Champions League. You've made it to the knockout stage. You did exactly what you needed to do. You have him. He's healthy. Just starting him, right? You like let him start to bet into this team and don't wait till, spots here and spots there. Just fucking put him on the pitch.
But even
let him fucking play.
Yeah, even Voltamata, I think, would have been better in this game because he's a bit more physical than Gordon is, obviously. Yeah. He would have occupied the center backs a bit better. And he actually is one that likes to bring others into play. So you have Gordon
got the
and
goal.
Barnes. Well, that's what I'm saying, but you have Gordon and Barnes running off of him.
Yeah.
Right? You have it's
agreed.
a little easier for him to take a ball down and give a little flick or whatever. We could obviously do the same thing, flick off the head because they're both tall guys. Like all that kind of stuff is a big deal, and it helps Gordon play to his strengths, which are pace and darting runs. Yeah. Right? And it seems unbalanced when they play the three really fast guys up front.
And it also does seem them missing Guimaraes is massive.
It's huge, yeah,
it's really massive.
It's very, very big, and we'll come on to missing your heart and soul of your midfield when we talk about Sunderland.
Yeah, precisely. Now, Palace are a complete mess. Now we'll see how the transfer window worked out. They were very active. They brought people in. So they've brought some things to try to shake it up. Obviously, Mateta, you don't know what he ended up not getting moved today, but he's also been yelling and screaming that he's leaving the club as soon as he can and all of that kind of stuff. So there's just been a lot going on.
But they also brought in Jurgen Strand-Larsen.
Precisely. So now you just go, okay, you're going to leave Mateta, fine, fuck off. Like you're on the bench. We're going to move forward with this guy. So it felt like they were at least trying to make some changes, realizing that they're in a free fall. But yet still, they figured out a way to not win this game despite Forest going down to 10 men.
I think it's a big deal. Daniel Munoz is back. The issue, though, is he looked a little rusty. He hasn't played in 2 months or so, maybe 3 months. I think you immediately start Strand-Larsen. You give Mateta a couple, or Nketiah or whoever. You give Mateta a couple of weeks off to clear his head and say, listen, we'll say in the summer, no fucking problem. But you're going to help us stay in the Premier League. Get yourself right. Take as much. Go to France, see your family real quick, and then come back with a clear mind and ready to work.
Yeah.
And I think because Mateta are better than both of them, obviously.
Well,
so Mateta starts as long as he wants to start.
Right.
So I think they give him a couple weeks off. You can fuck off a couple more points. Not a big deal. Maybe Strand-Larsen hits the ground running. Fine.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I feel like with Munoz and Mitchell and Wharton in the middle, you've got players that will get him the ball, which he didn't have at Wolves. So I would not be surprised if Strand-Larsen comes out and in his first 7 scores 4 or 5.
Right. Yeah.
I'd not be surprised by that at all.
Yeah.
Just because he is a good natural goal scorer. He really is. But it's just not. He wasn't getting any service at Wolves, and then it just kind of compiled on top of itself at Wolves too. And
it just got worse and worse and worse. Yeah,
absolutely. I don't think that he was necessarily a cancer, but I also could see where he's just why the fuck should I bother?
Why should I be here? Exactly. I'm making all these runs. Y'all aren't doing anything.
Right.
Nico Williams, save of the season. We giving him that?
No shit. Yeah, definitely. A brilliant diving save. Problem, he's a fucking outside back, not a goalkeeper.
It's one of those comes to him very quickly, and it's just instinctive. Sometimes your instincts just take over. It's like when you get scared by your best friend jumps out of a trash can and you just punch him in the face.
Right.
Well, that's your best friend. You know what I mean?
And for Forest, that's exactly what a fucking Dyche team does. They get the 1-0 lead. They go down to 10 men. Sure, they give up the penalty, but then they don't give up anything else.
Yep.
And really, we didn't talk about this at the top, but we'll talk about it when we do injury time. Big match this week is Forest are heading to Ellen Road for what is honestly, I think the winner stays up. They both could stay up. But I think the winner of that match
definitely stays up.
Yeah. Finally, not a lot to really talk about in this match because it was just a one-sided affair. Black Cats have seemingly recovered. They finally are getting everybody back. They seem to be kind of finally finding their form again. This is a team that's probably going to finish I figure somewhere between 9th and 12th, which they're going to be fucking thrilled about as far as they're concerned. They're dead on safe. They are dead on
100%.
fucking
Yeah,
safe.
yeah, yeah. They winning this game, I think, got them 36 points, and no team has gone down with that number of points since Newcastle 10 years ago.
Right. So they're fine.
I think they're absolutely fine, but they are only trailing Liverpool by 3 points here, right?
Yep,
And
exactly.
Liverpool can't be trusted. The problem is they come to the Emirates, right? When they have played teams better than them without Granit Xhaka, they get overrun in midfield.
Right.
I think we put them to the sword this weekend and avenge that 2-2.
Oh, of course you do. Of course you do. But
Personally.
that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about them riding the ship, and you had to somehow work in your pro Arsenal.
Listen, no, what I'm saying is so the next couple of weeks, the rumor is at least Jacques is out 2 to 3 more weeks. I think Sunderland find it difficult, right? But when Jacques is back and they rebalance that midfield and you have your heart and soul back, your on-field leader, I think they right the ship and challenge for Europe all the way through to the end of the season.
And then Burnley's answer to stay up.
Fire Scott Parker.
On load.
Sure money.
It was a good joke, even though you jumped all over it there, stud.
Well, I didn't. It's hard on the internet.
Yeah, James Ward-Prowse at the depth. That was Burnley. How are we going to survive? JWP, baby.
Load of wank.
On.
Load of wank. That's Scott Parker throwing an Englishman a bone.
Yeah.
He probably still had his West Ham shirt on. They probably didn't even have time to print him a shirt yet at Burnley, but they wear the same color, so it's fine.
Yeah, they just have him go out. All right.
So I got fucked by Villa. Because Villa fucks.
Mm-hmm.
Or, excuse me, Villa fucking sucks.
Heard.
I'm only up 182 now. But I'm going back to normal, and I think you'll like it. But I want to hear what you got first.
All right. Well, I missed mine because I got the over on Newcastle Liverpool. I got the over on Spurs and Tottenham. I mean, Spurs and City. But I picked the under 2.5 with Fulham and Man United, and that ended up being a 5-goal fucking barn burner. So I am down $1,482.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
Did you know that 9.090909090991% of the time it works 100% of the time, my good man?
Nice.
You know what? I got great odds on a 3-legger that, all seems very doable. So I'm sure it's going to get fucked off, but really good odds. If this hits, I am right back in it. I got Leeds to win at home against Forest. I got Villa winning at Bournemouth. And I got West Ham to draw at Burnley. If all of that hits, plus 1695, Sam.
Nice.
Yeah. Like for everything that seems really feasible, $1,700 is fucking massive.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's like, fuck, if I hit that, Graham, we're back. We are back to a fucking barn burner again.
Right? Absolutely are. Let me, I didn't type it out, but I actually
parlay.
It's only 8, but I actually bet.
Only 8. Okay. Normally it's I hit 9-way parlay and you're like, it's only 5, but like 9-way parlay. Well, it's only 8.
That's why I said I'm going back to normal, because I tried to play it safe last week and it fucked me up. So I've got
gambling.
Leeds versus Forest over 1.5 goals. It's at Ellen Road. I think there's goals in that game.
With money.
I think there's goals in that game. United to beat Tottenham at Old Trafford. I think that's pretty easy money. Chelsea to beat Wolves away. Again, I think that's pretty easy money. I got under 3.5 in Fulham Everton.
That seems fair.
I like that a lot. Y'all are good defensively, but don't score a ton of goals. They're decent defensively. They score sometimes. Under 3.5 seems safe. I'm also counting if it's 0-0 going into the 90th minute with 8 minutes of stoppage time, a Harry Wilson hat trick is on the cards. So under 3.5, that still works if you lose 3-0.
Still covers you. Very good.
Get it the fuck together, Sam.
And then we're going to go over 1.5 in Bournemouth versus Villa. With Villa being unable to break down Brentford. Tammy Abraham seems like he slotted in okay, but there's a reason he ended up in Rome rather than still in the Premier League a few seasons ago.
Right.
And Ollie Watkins' injury. Also, very strange that they waited so long to take him off the field. I think he hobbled around for like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Very strange. But Bournemouth have been scoring goals. Villa are obviously capable of scoring goals. I think there's goals in this game as well. But I want to play it safe, over 1.5. And then I went double chance, West Ham or tie with Burnley because Burnley were so fucking bad. And West Ham have at least been putting effort in. And the new signings seem to complement Bowen and Somerville really well. So I like that a lot. But West Ham still can't be trusted, and Burnley are at home. So I threw the double chance tie in there as well. And then lastly,
tie. It'll be the final points Burnley gets this season.
I've got Arsenal and over 1.5. Arsenal to win against Sunderland and over 1.5 at the Emirates. And that is my 8 legs. That would pay me
gambling.
That would pay me plus 919.
Very good. Alrighty, Mr. Graham. That is going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Do you have any parting words for us today?
I don't actually, no.
Oh, okay. Good.
What?
I'm just letting that stew for a moment. No, the fact that Graham doesn't have anything more to say is kind of amazing.
No, I don't. I'm trying to respect the time.
Alrighty, next up is going to be DU Does EFL, where we're going to recap the rest of English football. And then, of course, Injury Time, where we talk about the beers that we've been drinking. We check in on our fantasy scores, our adopted clubs, and preview the weekend's action. Should you want to support the show, Mr. Graham, how do you go about doing that?
Actually, I do have final words. You're okay.
Thanks.
It's patreon.com/DU Football Show. Sign up to that $1 tier. You get all the cool stuff Sam's talking about.
I can tell you where you fucked up, Mr. Graham. I'm surprised you didn't mention the fact that Arsenal women are the Club World Cup champions. So there you go.
There was a Women's Club World Cup?
Yeah, I shoehorned in the pro Arsenal agenda and not you.
Bro, I had no idea. They didn't do a very good job marketing it.
All right. Till next week, everybody.
Good night.
Alrighty. Anybody need to use the restroom or anything real quick?